everybody. I'm so happy to be here again. And actually, it's quite funny because the reason for me to be absent and now back is the same school. But right now, I'm not alone. I have a group with me this time. So, quite a global group. Please help me to welcome Catherine from Philippines.
Hawaii.
Tam from Vietnam. And Jean-Philippe from Burundi.
Hello.
So cute.
These guys are my team for a task we have to do for a class called Achieving Success in Changing Environments. And the topic we're going to discuss now is human robots. How ethic and how problematic the introduction of these robots could be. So to start, we were discussing about some limitations that could bring some advantages to the robots or to the humans. For example, one limitation that will bring some disadvantages to humans are human limitation, as we say. When a human is working or is in a working environment, we face emotions, we face sickness, we face tiredness, and on the contrary, robots can work 24 hours a day and not need any paid vacations. They don't complain. So, what will be your opinion, guys, on these particular limitations that is a disadvantage for humans?
And for me, I think it's a good thing that robots, because humans have a lot of limitations, including like working under dangerous conditions like extreme heat or extreme coldness, and also in with the dangerous chemicals or in uh, nuclear environment.
So you're team robot, but for human sake.
For human sake, yes.
Me or humans?
So we have one on one. Good.
All right. Myself as well, wanted to just mention my part, and so I'll be for the humans. For what reason? Because
We will eat.
we go eat. Yeah, exactly. We have to feed our family and stuff.
Yeah.
We have to get work.
I mean,
There's no harm bringing in the robots for those dangerous jobs and stuff. We already use them like in construction, but it's not that we have to have in every aspect of work jobs to introduce robots. So
And I may add up to that, Philip. I guess it's quite a bit of awkward having some robots and a human in nature at work. It's just not. I mean, there are some robots that has an emotions, but not really total emotions. Like they don't have a heart, and then they cannot feel what the human had feel on that certain job. Because doing a job, it's not literally means that you have to be strong all the times, right? And it has to be an emotions in there.
yeah,
yeah. You know what, for me, it's kind of weird because usually emotions are seen like the most human part that we should get rid of. And we have people working right now in the constructions of robots that could feel. They want them to feel. So, what will be the advantage then? And talking about particularly what you mentioned, Catherine, that they could be a threat for the jobs. Yeah. There has been some critics saying that they are not taking our jobs, but on the contrary, they are giving us more opportunities to work. The difference is these opportunities won't be in different fields, just in the IT field. If we succeed in this program, that will be good for us. But if we don't, what's up then? Oh yeah, I know. But what does this reduction on the fields and the possibilities to work for humans will mean? Do we need a society that study IT and no programming for everything?
Like the introduction of robots in most industries. So it's gonna lead either to have companies to invest in teaching, educating other people to know to how to operate the robots and stuff, and that's not for everyone, and it's gonna lead to some other people being kicked out of the companies, like job loss. So um, it's quite challenging having the robots.
And what about the last limitations? Like you were saying, and complementing what Catherine just said, robots could be perfect, but they depend on humans.
Yeah.
And they will depend on humans for programming them. Don't you think all the problems we have as humans will be passed into these new technologies? Meaning that, for example, we right now in this century are facing this conflict between the power of men and women that wants to stand out. And I was reading how there are different names for robots. If the robot is a man, will be called an android. And if the robot is a woman, will be called Janoid. Right now in the market, we are filled with androids.
Yeah.
We have never heard before about Janoids. So, what other human mistake do you think is going to pass to this technological field?
Yeah, humans have a lot of problems. It can pass down by robots because humans are selfish, you know. You can create things for our own good only, and it could affect others. And since robots don't have emotions, um, it won't have sympathy or anything or empathy to any other human, including excluding the owner. Um, yeah.
And you were saying also, Catherine, right? There is no need to make a division of these new creations.
Yeah. There has to be non-sexuality orientation between an AI. An AI should be a general for use, not this is just um this is just for men, this is just for women. Because just as what have just Abby told us that an AI for a man it's called Android, and for a woman it's called Gen
Genoid.
Genoid. So what's that for? We are in if we're in the if we're in the AI world, it should be general. It should not have a level. Should not should not have been labeled off, right?
But we as humans are used to use labels. And I think that's the problem to start with. Now, getting into the topic of dangers, we were discussing that one of the main dangers of using human robots inside the industry will be cybersecurity. That's the main one, that's the principal one. And I don't like to think an apocalyptic scenario where we're going to end having Robocop. But what are the dangers do you see of the introduction of human robots into the industry?
I think the malfunction of its ICs or the interfaces used by that certain AI. It's not easy as it could be to troubleshoot a robot with a certain smart on a certain situation. So I guess there has a huge problem on it when it crashes or it has been hacked by someone and then it's blown up if that's in the case.
Great. So what I was thinking as well is that like when there are poor installation, there could be like some potential hazard,
Yeah.
especially when the robots are operated like closely with human interaction. So that could be also another hazard.
It's just like this. Too much power causes too much danger. Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
And kind of with the same topic, but getting into our final, kind of related but not the same. We're now going to talk about the threats. We were saying that one of the main threats is the loss of jobs for humans. But we also discussed the increase of the gap between developed and developing countries. Because this kind of technology needs money, and the developed countries are the ones that have it. This gap is just only going to increase if they keep investing in these technologies, while the developing countries use the resources to get more things they need in the near future, as food or jobs. In those particular areas, the increase of the gap and the loss of the jobs, what solutions do you think you can give to a manager that is thinking on getting a human robot for his company?
Um, I mean, it could not work out. So if the business fails and he purchases a robot, um, and the business fails, like he'll be wasting a lot of money. Other than instead of hiring workers, we'll pay workers.
So when someone wants to introduce robots in their companies, for example, he must consider like a lot of investment for to buy those robots. You have to think of um, including someone to program all the stuff and the installation fees and all that. Um, so it costs a lot, but at the same time, the labor market it's just gonna go down. Like there won't be a lot of people working on so they'll be technically be replaced with robots. So in that case, what I'm thinking was to educate people to operate the robots and all that. Or also the government should introduce a way to compensate for the the workforce that's no longer in the active, right?
Awesome. So this was not an easy subject. Thank you so much for your collaboration. I know you have to because it's part of our class, but all the knowledge you just given is all your guys. So thank you so much. Hopefully, all the people that hear this will enjoy it and think it twice before getting a robot for their company. Thank you.